welcome to another episode of Real Money Matters. Rachel Kennedy here, and I want you to know that your money matters. It matters what you make. It matters what you save. It matters how you manage what's been entrusted to you. And so today, we are here to discuss, again, another episode of Real Money Matters, talking about your issues, things that are concerning your money today. Now, as we get ready to prepare for today's show, we're going to let you know, first of all, that today's show is pre-recorded. This show, you are watching a pre-recorded show. It's not live this week, but I will be back again next week. But I am showing at my scheduled time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if you're watching, I appreciate you logging in each and every week. I tell you, I'm having a blast. I'm having a ball just coming to you each and every week just to discuss real money matters. Because every day your money matters. Every day we have issues that involves money, whether we spend it or not. You know, every day you get up, from the time you get up until you lay down at night, there are money issues before you. And so we have to make decisions, and good decisions each and every day about our money. We have to make good, sound choices that's going to put us in a better place financially. And I know with today's society, most people worry about finances. And what we're going to do throughout the course of these episodes, we're going to take the worry out of your money. We're going to put you back in control. We're going to learn principles that's going to help us to gain control of our finances. We're going to tell it where to go. So as we prepare for today's show, I'm going to ask you to grab your favorite drink, a cup of java, some juice, some tea, or whatever it is you like. Find something that you can take notes, because we're going to review some things from last week, and then we're going to go over some new things. I'm excited today about things we're going to be talking about concerning your money and finances. Also, I want to let you know you can contact me if you have questions or you have comments. I'd love to hear from you. You can contact me at realmoneymatters@rachelrkennedy.com. Again, contact me via email at rachelrkennedy, realmoneymatters@rachelrkennedy.com. I want to also encourage you to let somebody know that I'm on the air, that my shows are broadcast each and every Friday at 10 a.m. to 11. When you log in, if you just hear the music playing at first, just keep on watching. We're going to show and come on. I know I had someone told me last week they didn't see it, but they just didn't wait for the music. The music plays first, so give me a few minutes and then I'll come on and you'll see my face, smiling face here. So remember, you can always look at previous shows. If you missed a show, log back on in on www.ItsWebTV.com and just share it and let somebody know that we're on the air. And if you've learned something and if you've had some tips and it's helped you, then for sure you want to be able to help others as well. And so I encourage you to contact me and let others know that I am on the air each and every Friday from 10 to 11. As we go forward today, we were talking about Christmas. We're in the Christmas countdown. And someone says, well, it's June. Why are we talking about Christmas? Because we have 194 days left till Christmas, less than 200 days. We want you to start making your list now. Have you made your list? Have you thought about who you would like to purchase gifts for? I encourage you to start considering adding that to your budget. And I have a key tip for you today, how you can start saving even if you're not spending the money yet. So this is what I want you to do. Start putting money aside, include it in your budget. You can start off with a small amount, $5 or $10 a week, whatever your budget will allow. But one way is to start a Christmas fund. Some institutions have Christmas funds. I personally have a Christmas fund at a credit union where it automatically goes in there every week, a set amount. And so in November, that money rolls out and they'll just give it to you. Now, the good thing I love about the Christmas fund is you can't access it until November. So once that money goes in there, then they're not going to release it to you until November. So that's a good, safe place to put it. And so you don't have to worry about spending it in advance. But in the meantime, work on your list. Start thinking about who you want to get and where you want to get. So that's one way you can start saving for Christmas right now, is get a Christmas fund and have it come right out of your check or automatically come from another account into that account. Automatically each time you get a pay, so that money, you won't even miss it. It'll be gone, but then it'll be saving up for Christmas. So that's one option, a Christmas fund at a financial institution. Another one, you have to be disciplined with this other suggestion that I have, that you can start saving for Christmas now, and that is called the envelope system. Now, I developed this, I don't know, it may be out there somewhere else, but it works for me. When I have certain things that I want to save toward, I'll get an envelope, just a plain envelope, and I'll label it. So we're going to get you an envelope and label it Christmas Fund. Label it Christmas Fund, but you got to be disciplined. I'm telling you, once you put the money, whatever amount, you don't have to be a set amount. It could be $5, $10, whatever it is, be consistent. Do it every week, $5, $10, whatever it is, and you'll see. Put that money in there, and it's going to say Christmas Fund. So you only can use that envelope for money, for gifts, whatever you're going to do for Christmas. So we're going to label it Christmas Fund. We're going to put $5 or $10 in there a week, and you'll see it'll start accumulating. And I want you to be accountable. If you take money out of that envelope, then I want you to write on there that you took it out and why you took it out. So I'm telling you, this has got to be a disciplined thing. You're going to have to, if you're going to do it, you got to commit to it. But I'm telling you, if you would start that today, start it right now, you'll find that it will add up. Before you know it, you can have $100, $200, and it'll be like, wow, and you did it without any effort. Because you think about $10, $20 a week. If you start saving $20 a week today, by the time November 1st comes, you will have $400. I mean, just effortlessly. I mean, $20 a week, we go through $20 like nothing. So just think about that. And so make it a game. If it's $20, then, you know, if you add more to it, then you'll have more. So I want you to start thinking about your Christmas fund now. Like I said, we can do the Christmas fund at a banking institution, or you can do the envelope system. Yes, and we'll talk more about the envelope system later, because we can use that for other things that we want to do, like large purchases and things. And it'll take the bigness out of it. Sometimes we're overwhelmed by things we have to do, and we'll say, wow, that's too much. You know, wow, $500 is a big lump sum. But if you break it down into smaller amounts, you then a little bit, it'll add up over time. So, but the key is to be consistent and to be disciplined. So when you get that envelope, put money in it. You might get some unexpected money that you weren't expecting. Oh, that's a great time to just put some more in that envelope, and before you know it, you'll have a nice amount that you can go and spend, and it will not affect your regular budget. And we're going to talk about that a little later as well. So hopefully that was a good point that will help you to start saving towards Christmas. Get that list down. Even if you don't spend the money right now, start saving towards it, and then get your list together of who you want to be a blessing to during that time. So that's what we're going to talk about. Each week we're going to talk about Christmas, and I'm going to check with you. If you have any ideas or any thoughts on ways to save, to help you save, that we can share with our audience, please, email me. Let me know. I'd love to share your thoughts or your ideas on the air as well. And again, you can contact me at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. So prepare for Christmas in June, okay? All right, now moving on, our next thing for today is I have a quote. And my quote for today is, don't spend your money before you have it. How many times do we already spend our money before we get it? What we want to do is we want to get it first, and then we'll tell it where to go. You don't want to tell it where to go before you get it, okay? So that's our quote for today. Do not spend your money before you have it. Now, last week we had a banker on who was in the banking industry for many years, and we talked about basic banking principles. And I'll go over a few little things for review from last week where we talked about why you use a bank, the safety and convenience of the bank, and what are the reasons some people have for not using banks. And some people don't trust banks. So we talked about that. And we talked about how to use the bank, how to open up a bank account. And I want to again thank Miss Tanisha for coming in and sharing her expertise in the field. She did a great job, and I was glad to have her on to share with you all. We also talked about different types of accounts. We have checking accounts, saving accounts. We talked about fees. We talked about writing a check. We talked about debit cards and ATMs. A lot of people didn't know that ATM was an automatic teller machine. They replaced the tellers who work behind the desk when you go to the bank. But you can use those and access those 24 hours a day because tellers don't work 24 hours a day. So you have the automated teller machines that are accessible to you. And we talked about a register, and we talked about overdraft. So we talked about a lot of banking terms last week. And I'm not going to go over all of them. Just want you to be aware that you can go back and you can review it from last week. You can go and log in. Again, like I said, Kevin Lewis has made it possible for you to review previous shows, and that's very helpful, because if you miss something, you can always go back and get clarity to make sure that you are following the process of what we're doing, because we're building a foundation. We're building a foundation to help take the worry out of your money. Now, we had an assignment for last week. And what I'm going to do right now is take a little break, and then I'll come back to you. And I want to know who did their assignment for last week. So stay tuned, grab you some coffee, call somebody, let them know Real Money Matters is on the air, and we'll be back in one moment. welcome back. Hopefully you got yourself a cup of coffee and you're refreshed and you're ready to go on and to the next segment. Hopefully you call someone and let them know that Real Money Matters is airing now. I had an assignment. The purpose of our assignment, what we're trying to do and what I want to do is to help you take the worry out of your money by developing a budget. Yes, the B word. We talk about the B word, the budget. Do you know 55% of people in America worry or think about their money? And so we want to take the worry out of money. We don't want you to be afraid of it. So what I'm attempting to do is bring an awareness to you. I had you to write down all your income. Hopefully you did that assignment and you were able to see how much money you were bringing in. We talked about regular, irregular income. And so that was the first part of the assignment. The second part of the assignment was to write down all your spending. How many of you did that? How many of you took the time to look at all of your expending, what you spend on a monthly basis? Because what we're trying to do is get a snapshot of kind of where you are, because every month is different. So you're not weird or you're not strange if you think that everything is going to be the same every month. And it's not, because of the different, with gas and with your utilities and those things of that nature. Those things are irregular. The things that kind of stay the same are your rent, your mortgage, unless the utilities are included in your rent, that fluctuate. Your cell phone bill, everybody have a cell phone bill. That usually stays the same unless you go over your minutes, so you have to watch that. So if you have a certain plan, you want to stay on there. Your insurance, car payment, cable, those kind of things are basically the same every month. But your utilities, like I said, what you spend in food and gas, things of that nature are irregular. So we have regular things and we have irregular. We have that with our income side, and we also have that on our spending side, or our expense side is another word for our spending. Our expenses, what you expense out, what you pay out. So you'll hear me say that word, and that means what you spend out is expending. So if you've completed the first two assignments above, you've identified your income, and if you've identified your expenses, now this is the first step to creating a budget. This is your first step, because you'll know what you're taking in and you know what you're taking out. Now what you have to do, if you have to compare the two, oh my goodness, yes, you have to see if your expenses are greater than your income. So if your expenses are greater than your income, that's probably not the best situation. That means that somebody's probably not getting paid. There's probably some maneuvering going on there, because you're trying to make ends meet where you don't have them to meet. And so that is one area. If you find yourself there, you're probably not alone. So don't feel bad. You're not alone. There are many out there that may be in that situation. Now, if your expenses are lower than your income, then you're in a sweet spot. That's just a good place to be. And if you're not there, then hold on. We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there with some time. Give it some time and some effort, and we will get you there. The key to a successful budget, if you don't know by now, is to spend less than you earn. To spend less than you earn. I'm going to say that because we have to spend less than we earn. No matter what our income level is, we have to, with discipline on our part, we can reduce our spending. And focus first on managing what you have. Before you focus on bringing in more income, I want you to focus on what you have. Learn to manage what you have. Because I don't know if you've known before, people who have won the lottery, they may have been maybe not used to having that kind of money, and maybe not learned to manage a small amount, because people has been documented that they've won the lottery, and you follow them just a few years, or maybe not even a year, and you'll find that they've lost it. Why? So it's not about how much you make. It's not, you can have a whole lot of money, but if you don't learn to manage what you have, then you can lose it and you won't have it. So don't look at it. It's like, well, I only make X amount of dollars. Well, learn to manage that. Learn to live within your means. And that's what we're going to talk about. It's going to hurt at first. It's going to hurt. It's going to take some time to readjust. It's going to be like pruning a tree. You pluck it off and you take this off, but after a while, once you get it there, you do all that pruning, it's for its betterment. It's going to make it better. It's going to make it prosper. So we're going to, so hold on. If you're there at where your expenses are more than your income, you are not alone. You are not alone, and we're going to change that. You're going to learn principles. We're going to, if you're on the other side where your expenses are less than your income, you're in great shape and you're a rare breed, and I applaud you. Good job. Keep up the good work. But we're going to focus on those who need our help, and those are the ones who have exceeded what they bring in. Now, where we're going to start now is, first I want to say, great job for even taking the step to even identify that and look at it. And that could be a hard thing. You can say, well, how am I going to do this? You're going to do it because you're going to have a plan. You're going to start with a plan, and this plan is going to help you. So if your income is $1,200 a month and your expenses are $1,500 a month, that means you spend an extra $300 a month that you don't have. So what is the first thing you need to do? You need to find out what you can get rid of. You need to find out what you can get rid of, and you have to quit buying each month to save that $300, whatever that amount is. I know. Take a moment, exhale. I know this part hurts. It does. But you're going to have to cut back. You're going to have to find ways. Maybe you can review your insurance policy. Maybe there's a way you can cut back there. I know with some auto insurances, you maybe can raise your deductible, but don't raise it if you don't have the money to cover that in case you need it. So just start thinking of creative ways. Maybe your cell phone plan, maybe you can find a way to cut back there. You have to look at your budget, and you have to see what you're spending, and you have to see and identify areas you can, cut back on. Maybe we can stop eating out so much and start taking our lunch. Those little things, a little bit adds up. So I want you to start thinking of ways to eliminate waste, eliminate wasteful spending. Like I said, identify costs that you can bring down with your utilities, or maybe cut the lights off sometimes. Don't leave the lights on all night long, or the television where the television is watching you. All of that adds up. So think about it. I know that if you just take the time and look at it, you can see where you can cut back, and it's not going to hurt you. It really isn't. It's going to help you, and it's going to make you better, and it's going to bring you to a place of peace of mind, knowing that you're getting your finances, you're getting your budget under control. You're going to spend less than what you make. And then guess what? What happens is you'll begin to see that you'll have extra. And with that extra, we're going to begin to start saving, and we're going to begin to start paying down debt, because yes, we are going to eliminate debt. Debt is not our friend, and we don't want them on our life. So that is another area. But first, we got to learn to manage what we have. We got to learn to cut it back. I know you can do it. I know you can continue to move towards this. I know you can commit to it. You have to be committed to it. In order for it to succeed, you have to be committed. You have to actively participate in the process. And I'll keep saying that. I'm here to egg you on. I'm going to give you tips and ideas about reducing spending a little bit later. But the best way that's going to help you be successful with the budget, I want to tell you, you have to budget for fun stuff. That is necessary. You have to set aside money that is going to help you, say maybe once a month, not frequently, and you don't want to do it often because you don't want to destroy your budget, but set it aside. Set aside a certain amount of money so once a month you can treat yourself to something. Set it to the side. maybe you want to get your hair done, your nails done. I don't know, go out to eat. Maybe there's an event you want to attend or something like that. Budget for fun. How fun is it when you have some money set aside that you can go shopping with? Now, like I said, don't go overkill. Do it in moderation. Set limits and abide by them. But you'll find out how liberating it is when you budget and you plan for your fun, or you plan for what I call blow money. Money you're just going to blow on yourself. Because I know you work hard, and every day you get up and you want to be able to enjoy some things. And some things are necessary and some things are not. So we want you to identify, of course, where you can cut back. Start looking now. Start going through your list now. And I think many of you don't even have to go through the list. You already know what it is. You already know areas that you can cut back with, and be okay with it. And be okay and be happy, because you know that you're going to get yourself in a place where you're going to have extra money. So make sure you budget for fun things. And so when you budget for it, you know what that does? It takes the guilt away. It takes away about, I'm spending money on myself. Well, I planned for it. I know I was going to do this. So then you can feel good about it. And then you'll know that you given your money direction and told it where to go, and say, yeah, I'm going to do this, but only in moderation. Please, in moderation is the key to being able to manage and know where you're going. Now, also, this is a good place to do the envelope system. I talked about that earlier. What is the envelope system? Get you a plain envelope and label it. This is my blow money, or this is my fun money. And, put that in there, set it to the side. You can do it once a month. You know what would be great, though? What if you just put it in there and let it accumulate for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 months? Wow, imagine how much that would be. And so you really can have fun then. And you can really feel good and say, hey, I budget, I cut back in these other areas, but I've allowed myself a place where I can go and I can enjoy and have some entertainment and have some fun. So keep that in mind. So hopefully that's helped you to start your budget this week. Let's make a budget. That's your homework for this week. We've identified our income, how much it is. We've identified our expenses, and if you still haven't done it, that's okay. You still have time. You have time to still get that your budget, or identify your income and expenses. You still have time. So I'm going to ask you to do that this week. Identify all of that, and then I want you to come up with a budget. Come up with a plan. How do I do that? I tell you what, why don't you write me? Send me an email. Let me know that you're going to get started on your budget, and I want to send you a spreadsheet. I want to send you a spreadsheet to help you to start your budget. And someone, those who are familiar with spreadsheets, you can plug the numbers in. It'll do all the calculations and things for you, and I can make that available to you via email. So I encourage you to email me at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. Email me and said you would like a copy of the budget spreadsheet, and I will get that out to you. And that will be a good tool, an instrument for you to help. It'll help do all the calculations. Like I said, you can just plug in the numbers, plug in your specific expenses or spending, things that you spend on. We'll have some basic ones on there that mostly everybody has, but there'll be room for you to adjust it, and you can put it and customize it for you. Remember, this is a budget that's customized to your needs, to your specific situation. So we'll give you some hints on that. Now, we're talking about, now I'm telling you to cut back. You're like, well, Rachel, I don't know where to cut back. I'm already at my wit's end. I'm already down to very little, not really doing a lot of spending. Well, if you're there and you really honestly can't find a way to cut back, then you're on the side where you need to think about how you can bring more income into your life. You need to think about maybe getting a second job, or maybe starting a business, or doing something, or selling, having a yard sale. Think of some other ways that you can bring income into your life. If you're already there and you're honest with yourself, and that's possible, that you are at that place where you can't cut back any further, then think about that. Find ways to bring income. Maybe you can find a better job. Maybe you need help getting your resume together. Maybe you need to market yourself a little different on your current job where you can get a promotion. Think about those other kind of ways, but I need you to know that whatever your expenses are, and if you have to be able to be honest and identify where you are. So we're going to talk about some other ways that maybe you haven't thought about as far as cutting back on your expenses. Maybe are you one that buys name brand stuff? I don't know. Maybe you can cut back and do something generic. Yes, the G word. Think about generic, and a lot of times generic is just as good, When possible, buy used items. Resale stores are so popular nowadays. People can go in there and buy things that are barely used, and you won't even know that they were used and they got them from resale. Don't be afraid to go resale. You can find some treasures, some hidden treasures in those places sometimes. Be a bargain hunter. Don't pay the first price you see for something. If you're in need of something, if something breaks down or something goes wrong around your house or something, shop around. Look for the best price. At least get 3 to 4 quotes. Look at different people. Are competitive these days, especially businesses are very competitive because they all want your business, right? So you're in control. Let's tell you, if you have money, you're in control. Businesses want your business. So you shop around. You don't have to go to the first place you go, and you'll be surprised that you can find a good deal. Avoid extended warranties for appliances and things of that nature. If you're buying good quality things, you can avoid those kind of things. I'm just throwing out some ideas. Maybe you'll think of something and I'll trigger a thought for you where you can think about ways to save and cut back. Shop early to get bargains on your gifts. We talked about Christmas, shopping early for your Christmas gifts. Shopping early. If you wait to the last minute, usually for Christmas, they will hike the prices up really high, and then the day after Christmas, what happens? The price goes back down, right? So a lot of times people might even wait till after Christmas to buy. But if you start now in the summer, I tell you, you can save money by shopping early for gifts. Use a shopping list. When you go to the grocery store, have a shopping list, and please don't be hungry. When you go to the grocery store hungry, then you want to buy up everything in every aisle that you don't even normally eat that stuff, and then all of a sudden it just looks like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Mushrooms, I don't even like mushrooms, but I'm gonna buy them because I'm just so hungry. It's in that impulsive spending, that impulsive buying that gets us in trouble. So think about that. Use coupons. Wow, coupons are so wonderful. When you can go and when you get to the register and you can give them all those coupons, and it's 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, all those, oh my gosh, those are the best feelings. When you go in there and your bill may be $100 and you get it down to $50, that is an amazing savings. So think about couponing. I know a lot of the grocery stores, and a lot of them will even match. If you have it from one store and you at a different store, they'll even match that for you. So think about that. Use coupons. I'm helping you. I'm trying to give you ideas and thoughts. It's going to take effort. It's going to take energy, but it's going to be worth it for you because you're going to save money and you're going to feel so good and know that you're in control of your money. And so those are other things. Mail-in rebates. How many times we go to the store and they say you send this in and you get a mail-in rebate? How many people really do that? They offer it to you. A lot of times they have instant rebates, which are really good. And they're doing that a lot more. But sometimes you have to mail it in. Make sure you mail in those rebates. So we're just talking about ways. I talked about taking your lunch and not eating out. I talked about the deductibles on your insurance. What about carpooling? Maybe somebody you work with, you all can carpool together. Maybe one week they can drive, another week you can drive. Think about ways that you can help. We're trying to reduce our budget where our income exceeds our expenses. We want our income to be more than our expenses, that we'll have an access, that we'll have more left over at the end of the month, that we're able to take care of other things. We're able to save, we're able to eliminate debt, and that's what we're going towards, and that's what we're working toward. Think about a used car instead of a new car. Get an excellent car in good condition. I just recently did that myself. Got my dream car, but I got a used one, and I waited. It took a year to find it, but I was patient. I knew what I wanted to pay. I knew I don't want to lease anymore. And so, it was a process, and I made sure everything was lined up, and we had a certain amount, and however we want to do it, but I planned for it. The key to everything, when you're dealing with your finances, is to plan it. You plan out your day, what you're going to do when you get up, how you're going to, go to run this errand and do this thing, or even on your job, you have a plan for your day, your work schedule, what I'm going to do, the tasks that are at hand. Then think about your finances. It's a working issue. It's like a workplace. Treat it like a job. Treat your finances like a job, and every day have a plan for them. Know what you're going to spend. Know how much you're going to save, and then it's going to help you. Avoid getting speeding tickets. We talked about that. Avoid traffic violations. Those little things, all of them little things will come and they will mess up your budget. So you want to think about that. Home repairs. When you have things that need to be done around your house, try to do them yourself. Or if you're not able to, maybe you have a family member or a teacher that's able to help you with some painting, just minor little things, carpet cleaning, your yard work and things. Do that yourself. Maybe you're paying a lawn service, Maybe at this point, think about you might have to cut back in certain areas temporarily until you get your budget under control. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing, but we want to work on wherever your budget is right now. We want to get it in balance. We want to get it to the place where you make more than you spend. I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. And know that every month is going to be different. So once you get it done for 1 month, then you got to do it again the next month. So it's going to be it's going to be a lifestyle. So you're going to do it, and you're not going to even think about it. It's just going to come natural to you, and I know you can do it. Try using hand towels. I know we all use paper towels, and it might sound like a little thing, but that adds up as well. Paper towels, if you use a regular hand towel, you can wash it and reuse it. Paper towels, they're disposable, so stay away from paper towels and things of that nature. So those are a few things that we talked about that hopefully that will spark some thoughts in your mind about ways. There are a whole bunch of ways to save. There are a whole bunch of ways to cut back. We just have to be willing to do that and put forth the effort, because I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel so much better once you know that your expenses are way less than your income. I know you can do it. I'm counting on you. Email me at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy and say you want a copy of that spreadsheet, and I'll get that right out to you. And I'd love to hear your comments on anything you would have to say concerning the budget, or any tips that you have to offer that you would like to share, and that we'll be able to share with others, because we're helping each other, and that's what it's all about. And we're going to be in control of our money. We're going to tell it where to go. We're going to give it direction, and we're going to develop a budget that works for us. Give it time. Put forth your effort and your energy. I'm here. If you have any questions, feel free to email me again at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. So right now we're going to take another break. Take all that in, soak it in, and think about it. Give yourself a moment to relax and just soak it in, because you can do it. I know you can. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So I hope you had a moment to take in the thought of your income versus your expenses. Regardless of how your income and expenses are right now, you can get excited. Get excited because it's easy to change, and I know you can do it, and I'm counting on you to take matters into your hands. Gain control of your finances again and be in control. I want you to avoid emotional spending. A lot of times, you may look at your budget and say, wow, I'm so over budget. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And so sometimes what will happen is you'll get into a state where you just want to spend more money so you can feel good about yourself. But don't do that. Feel good about knowing that you're getting your budget under control. Say, no, I'm not going to spend emotionally. I'm going to find a way. Use that energy and the effort to find ways to cut back, to reduce your spending. And then once you reduce your spending, you'll feel better about yourself. You don't have to buy something to feel better about yourself, but you can get in control of your finances and feel better about yourself. And so I want you this week, email me if you'd like that spreadsheet, or many of you may just want to get to the old system of pen and paper, whatever works for you. Remember, this is your budget. It's going to work for you, and I want you to use whatever tools that are going to help you to develop the best budget for your situation. And if I can help in any way, feel free to write me. If you need some other suggestions, you can contact me via email at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. Email me if you'd like a copy of that budget spreadsheet. I'd be glad to get that over to you as well. And so we're going to challenge you this week. This week, take action. Balance your budget. Find a way to cut back. Call me or email me and let me know that you have done that. Give me some suggestions so I can even share with others what you've done to improve your financial situation. Tell me what you've done to regain control of your financial situation. Get up. It's possible. You can do it. You can do it. I wouldn't tell you if you couldn't. It's going to hurt at first, but you're going to feel so good about yourself, and you're going to see that you are back in control of your money. So what I need you to do, I need you to commit. First of all, make the decision that you're going to do this. Make a decision. I'm going to balance my budget. I'm going to spend less than I bring in. Make that decision today. And once you made that decision, commit to that decision. If I have to take my lunch, if I have to ride the bus to work, if I have to carpool, if I have to buy used clothes, whatever, make a commitment. And once you commit to your decision to be successful, guess what? You're going to be successful. You're going to succeed. And you're going to feel glad about what you decided to take control of your budget. And you're going to tell others, and you're going to be excited, because what's going to happen next is you're going to get yourself in a place of saving. We're going to work on an emergency fund. We're going to save so that if something does come up unexpected, you'll be able to be prepared for it. It won't catch you off guard. And so by cutting back, we're going to get emergency fund. We're going to pay off debt. You're going to be debt free, and you're going to find yourself in a place of financial peace, a place where you will not be worried about your money any longer. You're going to be in control. And so until next week, thanks so much for watching. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. They can log on if they weren't able to view me live, if they weren't able to view the show at my scheduled time, which is every Friday at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm here on ItsWebTV.com. Check me out here live on Fridays. As well, you can email me if you have questions or comments at realmoneymatters@RachelRKennedy.com. I'm so glad that we're sharing this time together, and I'm so glad that you've made a decision to take control of your money, that you're going to tell your money where to go so it will not leave without your permission. Until next week, remember that your money matters. It matters what you save. It matters what you spend. It matters what you earn. And it matters how you manage what's been entrusted to you. Until next week, thanks for watching.